What's good, everybody? I'm Blaze, and welcome to the very first episode of the AI Drop, the show where we break down the biggest moves in artificial intelligence so you don't have to scroll through 100 headlines. And trust me, this week, the AI world went absolutely crazy. We're talking $500 billion in spending, software stocks getting hammered, and a global AI arms race heating up like never before. Let's get into it. All right, story number one, and this one is massive. The four biggest tech companies on the planet, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, and Microsoft, are projected to spend a combined $650 billion on AI infrastructure in 2026. Let that sink in. $650 billion, and leading the charge, Google's parent company Alphabet just dropped their 2026 capex forecast at $175 to $185 billion. That's nearly double what they spent last year and way past what Wall Street expected. The stock initially dropped about 5% on the news before recovering. But here's the thing. Google isn't just throwing money into a hole. Their Gemini 3 model reportedly outperformed the competition on benchmark tests so hard that OpenAI called a code red. The Gemini app now has over 750 million monthly active users, and Google Cloud revenue spiked 48% year over year. So the returns? They're already showing up. Now here's where things get spicy. Anthropic, the company behind Claude, released new plugins for their tool called Claude Cowork, which is basically an AI-powered workplace assistant that can write documents, organize files, and now handle specialized tasks in legal, finance, and data marketing. And the market's reaction? Software stocks got absolutely rocked. Thomson Reuters and LegalZoom both dropped over 15%. Lexus, Nexus parent RELX, and financial data company FactSet also took double-digit hits. Investors are starting to see AI not just as a tool, but as a potential replacement for entire software categories. Deutsche Bank's Jim Reed summed it up perfectly. The market has shifted from thinking every tech stock is a winner to a brutal winners and losers landscape, and we're just getting started. Let's zoom out for a second, because AI isn't just a Silicon Valley story anymore. Chinese companies are making serious moves this month. Moonshot AI just unveiled Kimi K2.5, a model with video generation and agentic capabilities that's turning heads globally. Alibaba's Qwen 3 Max thinking model is dominating benchmarks, and DeepSeek continues to push boundaries with open source models. Meanwhile, over in Europe, the EU is finalizing its AI Act transparency rules. Starting August 2026, AI-generated content will need to be labeled in machine-readable formats. That means deepfakes, synthetic text, all of it has to be tagged and traceable. The takeaway? This isn't a one-country game anymore. AI leadership is being contested on every continent. Behind all these AI models is a massive infrastructure build-out. TSMC just posted record profits driven by AI chip demand and is doubling down on U.S. expansion with $165 billion in Arizona fab investments. Their 2026 capex is expected to hit up to $56 billion, with the majority going to advanced chip processes. And OpenAI, they just locked in a multi-billion-dollar deal with Cerebras systems. We're talking over $10 billion to use their wafer-scale AI chips for ChatGPT. That's a huge move to reduce their dependence on NVIDIA. And here's a wild card. UK engineers just tested breakthrough fusion magnets as part of the STEP program, which is working toward the world's first prototype fusion power plant. Why does that matter for AI? Because all these data centers need massive amounts of clean energy, and fusion could be the ultimate answer. So looking at the bigger picture for 2026, 3 things to keep your eye on. Number 1, the shift from hype to pragmatism. Experts are saying 2026 is the year AI gets practical, smaller models, targeted deployments, and agents that actually integrate into real workflows instead of just looking cool in demos. Number 2, Anthropic's Model Context Protocol, or MCP, is becoming the standard for connecting AI agents to real-world tools. OpenAI and Microsoft have adopted it. and it just got donated to the Linux Foundation. Think of it as the USB-C of AI. And number 3, world models. AI systems that don't just predict text, but actually understand how things move and interact in 3D space. Companies like World Labs, General Intuition, and Google DeepMind are all racing to crack this next frontier. And that's a wrap on the very first episode of AI Drop News. We covered $500 billion in spending, software stocks getting shaken up, a global AI arms race, and the massive infrastructure play happening behind the scenes. If you found this valuable, smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me what AI story you want me to cover next week. I'm Blaze. Stay sharp, stay informed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.